Welcome to some Gonti, Lord of Luxury. I hope you're excited to steal some stuff today. As far as everything hand goes, we got Swamp, Urborg. Yes, I will keep on this one. I love it. We have Phyrexian Arena, which is always a lot of fun. Heroes Downfall, a little bit of spot removal, and Dark Petition. Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of fun stuff. The only thing is we need a little bit more mana. Let's go and get the Swamp down. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Gonti has Death Touch whenever Gonti enters the battlefield. Look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down. Put the rest on the bottom in any order. Then we may spend our manas or any color to cast that spell, which is always a lot of fun. And it feels really good to be playing Gonti. It's been a long time since I've done that. It feels like it's been a long time since I've done a Gonti Black Friday video. Well, in fact, it was probably Black Friday. It was the last time I did it. Let's go and get down Urborg. And then anything else for 2? No. Animate Dead on nothing doesn't really sound that fun. Let's go and pass the turn. Playing against Aurelia, the Ward Leader. She has Flying, Vigilance, and Haste. Whenever she attacks for the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. All right, so we cover both commanders. It is free time. We can talk about whatever we want. And that's going to be us hopefully hitting that 3rd land drop, because that would just be absolutely delightful. We can get that down, get down Phyrexian Arena, and just start drawing a ton of cards. And we also have Underworld. Oh, Undying Evil. That's a bummer. All right, we're going to go and pass the turn. But yes, we also still have, what is it? We have, Underworld Connections. There we go. I was about to say, I knew there was another card draw source that we had, and I just kept skipping over it. But yeah, we have Underworld Connections, and we did draw into Undying Evil. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't really help against playing against red-white. Most of the time, the removal is going to be Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshare. But against any sort of deck that has any sort of destructive removal, with Undying Evil, it's a great way to get Gonti back on the battlefield for an extra trigger. All right, we draw the Doomblade. Exceeds the number of attacking creatures you control. Let's go ahead and go for Doomblade on the Grand Abolisher. It's going to be a good bet. Plus, we don't want to discard, and we're just going to pass it over. And them just having one little hoplite over there, a human soldier, that's okay. Yeah, I don't like the some of that Theros art's kind of funny looking. Like, it looks like, I'm trying to think how to describe it. Like, there was like this period in gaming, computer gaming especially, that they were like, everything's going to be 3D. Doesn't matter if it looks crappy, it's going to be 3D. And this looks like kind of, I don't know, it's just really foggy. There's not a lot of definition in the background. And it reminds me of like a black card with that fog in the background. But I don't know, it is what it is. And especially, I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, it basically kind of looks like an old Nintendo 64 cutscene or something like that. Some of the art does. Some of the art's really cool looking, like the gods, I love it. But there are a few cards that were like, eh. And then we rip into Temple of the False God. But good thing about that is we have Urborg on the battlefield. Let's get Phyrexian Arena going. Black, black, and then black. Get on Phyrexian Arena, and then we can hopefully fight off the Acroian, stop them from coming in. And we also still have Heroes Downfall to go for. Now, as far as Dark Petition goes, if we get Spell Mastery, 2 or more instant or sorcery cards. So if we do end up having to use Heroes Downfall, we can use that. We'll have Spell Mastery online for Dark Petition. Opponent's going to go for Banishing Light. Now, if we do hit the land drop for the turn next turn, we go Underworld Connection, still get that card draw. So we can still basically repeat the effect. The only thing is we're going to be missing out on as far as the land drop coming in. All right, opponent's going to be swinging. It's going to be 2/2 body coming across. But yeah, as far as Heroes Downfall, definitely want to save it for the War Leader. Don't want to use that little baby over there. I guess, I mean, we could animate Dead on Grand Abolisher, but not really feeling that. Let's just go and go for Underworld Connection on our Swamp. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use it just now. But at least next turn, we can pay that life to draw a card and really start kind of going from there. I played earlier, and I played against Boros. In fact, man, we had a ton of mana going, but then our opponent had a double strike creature to close it out. And we were about to... Army of the Damned reminding me of that. We got 13 zombies on the battlefield, and I was getting to the spot in the comments where I'm like, all right, we're about to pull ahead on this one, and then just like they got down 2 swords, it was like double strike their way out of it, and I was like, oh man, that was a bummer. We didn't have any removal, couldn't take care of them. All right, opponent's going to go for Grinzo, so they're going to get to, and let's see, they get to until end of turn. All right, so they did rip our Damnation. It was actually a pretty good rip on their opponent's part. We kind of need that one. Draw into a Swamp. Let's go to get the Swamp down. We are one more land drop away from turning on Temple of the False God. Do we want to go for Gonti at this point right now? We could go Heroes Downfall on Grinzo, and that puts us online for drawing another card. I think I like that. I want to stop them from... We're the ones stealing the cards. So I think we need to do that. Let's go and do that. Let's Yeah, they're just really far away from the war leader. We're just going to go and go Hero's Downfall on Grinzo. That puts us online for drawing another card. And then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, let's go and get them. Oh, dang it. We should have done that when we were at the beginning of combat because they're going to get that extra trigger right there. Misplay on my part. We're going to go double black. And then we'll tap the Temple of the False God. Destroy target creature. Then we'll go ahead and draw a card. Pay 1 life, draw a card. See what we draw into. Drawn to coffers. Okay, that's not too bad. It actually works really well with Temple with Urborg out there, especially since we can tap it. All right, so they get in for 3, puts us down to 17. They're going to get down the Temple of Triumph. So now they are 1 lane drop away from going for the War Leader. Now, as far as some fun stuff that we can go for, we do have Animate Dead on Grinzo. So what we can do is we get in a spot where we can go for Grinzo, get down Grinzo and Gonti, but more than likely we're going to go for Gonti. We do get into spots where we do have Dark Petition online. So if we get down coffers, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tapping out for 3. So we can generate 5 mana. Go Dark Petition, that's going to be an extra 3. Yeah, we'll see exactly what we're going to go for next turn. But we'll go and leave Damnation up because I do not want to forget about it. I'll probably get in the spots where we try and tutor it up and then I'm just like, where is it? Where is that card? Hopefully. Now here's the thing. The War Leader does have haste. And so Combat Celebrant. I'm trying to figure out if we want a Dark Petition for another board wipe just to kind of clear the board state up. Let's get the coffers down. Because with that Combat Celebrant and with the War Leader, untap all creatures, that's kind of take care of on site as far as my book is. We do have enough for the Temple of the False God. Let's go double off that. Let's go for coffers. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for Dark Petition. Yeah, we need to get some stuff moving. We need to take care of that Combat Celebrant. Now, as far as what board wipe we're going to go for, our opponent did catch Damnation. Does Massacre Wurm take care of this board state? It does. That'll be some extra triggers. And that's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we go Massacre Wurm, there's not really any way they can take care of it. We're going to get those triggers coming down. I like Massacre Wurm. It gives us a body on the battlefield. Let's do that. We're going to get Massacre Wurm. We're going to get that extra mana from the Spell Mastery. We're going to looking at double black. And let's go for Massacre Wurm. Can have our creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn, and that's going to give us 2, 4, 6, 8 in triggers, which will kind of help us start. Oh, yes, beautiful. Always yield to that. I like that. It's a little bit better than Toxic Deluge. Kind of puts a little bit more pressure on our opponent. And then hopefully we get in the spot to where we can kind of get going from there. Now, one thing that we can do, I'm trying to think. So we get into the spot to where we get down Phyrexian Tower. So if our opponent does get down the War Leader and we kind of want to have some fun, we can get down the Phyrexian Tower, sacrifice Massacre Wurm. We can give it Undying to where it's going to come back. I'm trying to think how we can sequence it to where we can bounce it back a bunch of times. So we sacrifice it, it comes back out, they're going to get -2/-2. We could -3 on that to destroy it and take care of the War Leader. We'll see. All right, opponent's going to get down Imperial Recruiter. Search your library for a creature card with power 2 or less, reveal it, put it in your hand. Okay, go for it. This could be another warrior token onto the battlefield. And look at that Oketra's Monument, just really putting in some work. I love stuff that's it's a really good card for Commander. You know, reducing the white creature spell cost by 1. And in fact, I wonder if I have this in Darien. I need to put this in my Darien deck if I don't. I'll make a note of that. All right, opponent's going to go for Imperial Recruiter. Do they have to reveal? Yes, they do have to reveal. So it's going to get the reveal zone popped up. That way we can make sure we don't forget about something. It'd be a little bit of a bummer. Get it next to the other revealed card on that Damnation. There we go. Okay, I was just thinking about Recruiter of the Guard. So they get Imperial Recruiter and the Recruiter of the Guard. Look at that. Oh, look at that value, that sequencing. So at this point right now, I really do like giving Massacre Wurm. That sounds like a lot of fun. Giving it Undying. We swing in 6/5, sacrifice it, get some extra mana onto the battlefield. It comes back out. Yeah, I like that a lot. And then we still have to reanimate Dad because that's going to be another 2, 4, 6, 8. The only downside is they don't have a ton of mana out there. I mean, not a ton of mana. They don't have another mana source to get another creature card on the battlefield to go for that. But yeah, we get in the spots where we can swing in with the 6/5. Now, here's the kicker. Do we want to swing in with the 6/5? It's probably going to get chump blocked by the Warrior token, and I would much rather have a Massacre Wurm. I think so. I'd much rather have a Massacre Wurm trigger because that allows us to get another 8, which is going to put our opponent sitting at 21. It's going to put him down to about 13. And then Kiki Jiki. All right. So with Kiki Jiki, yeah, we need to clear this board state up. I like that. We'll get down the Phyrexian Tower, and then we'll see how much mana we can actually go for. All right, see what we draw into. Draw into another swamp. With Herbor, we're going to have to be playing our swamp. So let's go and get the Phyrexian Tower down. Yeah. I guess, either way, we need to go ahead and swing in with the Massacre Wurm, because if they chump block with the... No, that's going to be an extra trigger for 8. Then we can get down Obnixilis, but that's going to put them on having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to be able to go for the War Leader next turn. Let's go and do this. Let's go and push in with Massacre Wurm. I'm okay with that. We're going to push in for 6. If they don't block, they go down to 15. If we see the Warrior token, I'm okay. There we go. Wonderful. I like that. Puts them down to 15. Let's go ahead and go for... Let's give Massacre Wurm Undying. Let's go for the Phyrexian Tower. Sack a creature. We're going to sacrifice Massacre Wurm. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes. All right, it's going to put our opponent down. So at this point right now, we just really need to rip into something like Exsanguinate. So our opponent's got some stuff in there. We can go for Recruiter of the Guards. Anything with converted mana cost 2 or less that really kind of helps us with this one. Because we still have a little bit more mana. We can animate dead on something. Let's go and go for Gonti, actually. Or we can go for Army of the Damned. That'll be enough creatures next turn. Let's go and do that. Let's get some coffers going. Let's go Temple of the False God for each swamp that we control. It's going to be 1, 2. That's going to be 8. We can get down the Army of the Damned. We're going to get those zombies onto the battlefield. And then that's going to go, yeah, let's go and animate dead on one of those creatures. I think I like, oh, okay, opponent's going to scoop it up. We get the zombies onto the battlefield. That's enough. I'll take it. Yes, indeed. So you can see where, it's fun to get down Gonti, but we also get in the spots where if you can start getting some good stuff like Undying Evil and using it in addition with the Phyrexian Tower to start going for that. But the main thing that I was going to go for is I was going to go for Animate Dead on the Imperial Recruiter. Or Recruiter of the Guard. I wasn't sure which one exactly we were going to go for. We don't have a ton of creatures in there, but that was the line of play that I was going to go for with Animate Dead. One thing that we could have gone for would have been like a Combat Celebrant. We could have brought that to the battlefield and gotten a spot where we could have swung in. Or, heck, if we wanted to have some fun, we could have gone for the Hoplite and got a bunch of zombies going. But we get the zombies on the battlefield. We kind of work our way. Luckily, we had Urborg. That was a huge difference in this really kind of ugly mana base. If we don't hit Urborg with this, none of this is possible. So, all right, anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to some Gonti, Lord of Luxury. I hope you're excited to steal some stuff today. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, we got Triple Swamp, we have Deserted Temple. If we get into like coffers or something like that, sounds fun. And we have Phyrexian Reclamation, so I am A-okay with that one. And we're on the play. Let's go and get the Swamp down. Let's go for Phyrexian Reclamation. Tap for 1. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Gonti, Lord of Luxury, Mr. 5-Finger Discount, Death Touch. Whenever Gonti enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library, exile one of them face down, put the rest on the bottom of your library. Uh-oh, we're going to restart on that one. We are playing Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Sorry, I just, my mouth gets moving too quick. It's kind of, how do you describe it? It's like when you build up too much speed and your legs get going too fast and your body can't handle the speed. No, that... I try to read these cards so quick sometimes that like my tongue just like, what are we doing? We've reached the critical mass. I was going to get the swamp down. Then we're going to go and pass the turn. We are playing Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Whenever he enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down, then put the rest on the bottom of their library in a random order. All right, so we get to spend our mana or any color to cast that spell. And playing against Tajic. Blade of Legion. Might have butchered that one, but it is what it is. Let's go and get the swamp down. And then anything else? No, we're still not online for Gonti just yet. But yes, Blade of the Legion, Mr. Boros, Indestructible, Battalion. Whenever they attack, and at least 2 other creatures attack, it's +5/+5 until end of turn. And I will remember that it does have Indestructible. I remember one of the biggest things about playing against him is that... I forget which video it is. It might have even been a Gonti video, but I was playing against him, and I just kept throwing removal over there at him, thinking he's just like a little 2/2 over there. Okay, let's go ahead and go for Gonti. Let's get some good triggers going. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been a long time since I played Gonti, so I'm really excited to be playing it. All right, look at the top 4 cards. See what kind of Boros board state we can work our way towards. Okay, so we have a Johnny, which I really want to go for. I like Planeswalkers. No, not really wanting to go for that. Duplicant. I guess Duplicant would be a good option for us to go for. You know, let's say that we had a few more utility creatures in the hand. We could go for a Johnny. Man, if they just have anything sort of like Path or something like that. We're going to just go for Duplicate. So let's say we go for a Johnny. We get down to Johnny next turn, pump it up. That's going to be, we're going to have a 4-3 Gonti. We're going to be able to stop that. But yeah, let's go for a Johnny. Maybe we get some cat tokens going. That sounds kind of fun. Probably the better play would be Duplicate. That way we can get rid of our opponent's commander. But I want to get a Johnny down. And if we leave Gonti on the battlefield, we can simply just start putting those +1 counters on there. Stop these creatures from coming. Ooh, Sword of Fire. Nice. Okay. Now that will complicate us going for a Johnny. Fortunately, I wish our opponent would have told us about that before they went for it. And they should have told us about that Swords to Plowshares. Silly opponent. All right, opponent swinging in for 2. It's going to drop us down to 30. But we can still get it down, and that'll be something, at least something they're going to have to, instead of getting extra Sword and Fire and Ice trigger, they're going to have to swing over to Johnny and kind of take care of it from there. All right. And we draw into Army of the Damned. Let's get Gonti pop back up. Let's go and get the Swamp down. So we are in line for Moonlight Bargain. Is that what we want to go for? So if we go for Moonlight Bargain, look at the top 5 cards. We can do that on our opponent's turn. We do have 5 mana. With the Johnny, that's going to make sure that they don't get that Sword of Fire and Ice trigger. Yeah, let's go and wait on a Johnny to where we can get down a Johnny with something like Gonti. And then we'll go for Moonlight Bargain during our opponent's turn. That way, hopefully, maybe we can kind of set up a nice turn next turn. Or maybe hit something like Toxic Deluge. That's going to be a good way for us to deal with our opponent's commander and whatever sort of creatures they get out there. And but yeah, I've always enjoyed the Battalion ability. Like, I always thought that was really cool. Like, I've never been that much of a Boros person. In fact, Boros is Breon WrestleMania is the only deck that I play in Boros, and the reason for that is because it's technically not really Boros. It's just more of a kind of a fling deck, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, so Boros is 100% like the complete opposite of the Magic spectrum for me. But I've always enjoyed the Battalion ability. I thought that was really neat. All right, opponent's going to be swinging in 4/5 body. They're going to get that Sword of Fire and Ice trigger coming across. That's going to be 2 damage to target creature, and then they get to draw a card. So more than likely, I doubt they're going to choose the Hobgoblin, but they're probably going to direct that towards us, which they do. Puts us down to 24. And then we're going to have that Moonlight Bargain to go for. We can be pretty aggressive at this one. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. For each card, put that card in your hand unless you pay 2 live. I don't really think we want... That's going to be 6, 7. We could go for... They don't really have a ton of creature cards in the graveyard. Let's go put Ghastly Conscriptions into the graveyard. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yahini, it's nice. It does have haste, so we get into the spots where we can make the land drop and go a Johnny. It'll be a 3/3 body. But we don't really have any way to kind of utilize it. Yeah, let's go and put that in the graveyard. Let's put the Swamp into the graveyard. Let's go ahead and go these Swiftfoot Boots into the graveyard. And we'll go ahead and pay 2 life to put Night's Whisper into the hand. That way we can get a little bit more card draw. We'll technically be seeing like 7 cards or 8. Ooh, drawn to coffers. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the coffers down. And that puts us online for Deserted Temple next turn, which buys us a little bit more time for Army of the Damned. So let's go and do this. Let's go coffers. It's going to be 1, 2. That's going to be 5 total mana. That's going to be us getting down Gonti. I like that. We can get another look at the top. And then that puts us in a spot where we can get down to Johnny and kind of start working towards some zombies. I like that. Okay. Go for that. Ooh, Elspeth. Yeah, let's just build our own Planeswalker deck. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. We're going to grab Elspeth. I'm just going to go over there. Let's go and go for Night's Whisper. That's going to be 1, 2. Now, and this time, if Gonti does die, we're going to probably send it to the graveyard. That way we can bring it back with Phyrexian Reclamation. And we can also start bringing back Yahini, too, with Phyrexian Reclamation, too. So we have to watch out for that. But not too bad. Nice board state developed. But yeah, Battalion. That was, you know, I got in during Return to Ravnica, so that's kind of my home set. So I love a lot of the cards in there. But I thought that was a really cool ability. And I don't know. It's just one of those things that it's just really simple. It's just, you know, rewarding you for doing something in the game of Magic. It has a nice effect on most of those creatures. And it's fun. I can't wait for them to go back to Return to Ravnica. That's going to be the set that gets me to finally start drafting. Like, I'm not a good limited player. I don't play limited. And the reason for that is I just don't, you know, you think about it, you know, I play a lot of Commander, I play a lot of Modern. If you want to be good at Limited, you need to play a lot of Limited, and I just don't have the time to play Limited. But Return to Ravnica, whatever they're going to call it, whenever they finally go back there again, that's going to get me to do some drafts on the channel. All right, swinging it for 4. That's going to be Double Strike. I like Chump Block and Gonti on this one. Yeah, that's going to stop an extra card draw trigger. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's jump block Gonti. Let's go and make sure that it goes to the graveyard. Graveyard, not command zone. That is correct. Okay, so we're going to get Gonti into the graveyard. That's going to stop one of the Sword of Fire and Ice triggers. Actually, stop both of them with that double strike. Applying that damage, excuse me, does not have trample. And then we'll be able to get down to Deserted Temple, untap that coffers, and have just a ton of mana. Drawn to Lake of the Dead too. Let's go ahead and get the swamp. Actually, no, get the Deserted Temple down, and let's see how much. So we tap for 2. That's going to be 5. Untap the coffers. We're going to pay 1 mana. All right, get that untapped. Let's go and pay 2. Add more. All right, now we've got 8 total mana, which is just enough for Army of the Damned. And we can pay 2 mana to bring back Gonti. Let's go and do that. Let's go for Army of the Damned. Get those 13 zombies onto the battlefield. Now we've got some protection. That Sword of Fire and Ice, protection from red and blue. We will come into play tapped, and they're going to be able to start picking apart our zombies with the Sword and Fire and Ice. But we're slowly summoning that zombie army out of Gonti's backyard. All right, anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, so whenever I play this deck, I always think about like we're at Gonti's house, and I just love thinking about the Boros Legion coming over to Gonti to try and acquire some of his assets because he didn't, I don't know, whatever, maybe he didn't do his taxes right or something like that. Gonti reminds me of somebody who would probably not do their taxes, honestly. And so, double strike, 6/4. That's good. That's 12 damage right there. Okay, and let's see. Sword of Body and Mind. They're going to be able to get that on there. That's going to be... Oh, is our opponent going to be able to close it out? Equip it on there? That's going to be 16. I think that's going to be 20. I don't think there's any way we can stop you. If they swing it with the whole crew, that's going to be it. Good game to our opponent. Oh, that's a bummer. We had a sort of the Army of the Damned going. Oh, no. Get the battalion going, too. That's a bummer. We just needed a board wipe. Get the 2/2 and the 2 damage up top. Oh, good game to our opponent. I'll be throwing this. That was brutal. Sword of Body, Mind, and Sword of Fire and Ice. Got those 2 swords over there. And they get the wolf token going, too. All right, good game to our opponent. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.